that obviously Caitlin Clark was going out of her way to try to put on some mass, some bulk, all right? And frankly, who could blame her after the way last season went, her rookie year, because you could tell there was a lot of women that were just flat bigger. Even if they were as tall, they were just bigger and looked like a more mature kind of body type that you would expect in a professional basketball league.
Caitlin Clark is back, bigger, stronger, and more determined than ever. The days of defenders getting away with cheap shots to shake her up are over. Those WNBA bullies who thought they could push her around? They're in for a rude awakening because this Caitlin Clark isn't an easy target anymore.
And she's guarding Clark, 94 feet. Clark? Oh, whoa, looks like Clark got smashed, no call. Here's Thomas the other way, Mabry a three.
This Caitlin Clark has been putting in work, building muscle just like she builds up points. And now, the league is about to regret ever testing her. She's dealt with dirty plays, excessive contact, and all the unnecessary roughness. Those intentional bumps and shoves meant to send a message. Well, message received.
Get some aerobic fitness in. Good. I need it.
Clark's response? Hitting the weight room harder than ever, gearing up for whatever comes her way. She's no longer just the best shooter in the game. She's a physical force, ready to go toe-to-toe with anyone bold enough to challenge her.
Out the right way that I need to get stronger. She's done a great job of getting in the weight room and focusing on her strength in terms of low center gravity, time under tension, all of those things. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is starting to make the rounds today, and it is wild. I mean, we'll look at some fan reaction, but it's clear Caitlin Clark has put on real mass, been in the weight room. I mean, guys, that's real shoulders and guns. I power lifted for 15 years and it was a bodybuilder. She's putting in the work now, all right? She is putting in the real work. Right here. Another one right here. I mean, those arms, seriously, right here. The WNBA is, I mean, they're on notice. Look at these arms and these shoulders. Her trapezius muscles have really popped.
Back in college, defenders tried everything to throw Caitlin Clark off her game, knocking her off balance, getting in her head, and using sheer physicality to slow her down. But Clark adapted. She never backed down, never lost focus. She took the hits, absorbed the contact, and still dominated. But now she's not just taking the contact, she's delivering it too. Let's be real, some so-called WNBA veterans weren't thrilled about her arrival. They know what she brings, and they see her coming for their spots. That's why they've tried to rough her up, hoping she'd fold. But instead of shrinking, she's been preparing. Instead of complaining, she's been working. This time, when a defender throws a cheap shot, Clark won't just brush it off. She'll stand her ground, stare them down, and keep playing her game. She's no longer just dodging elbows. She's ready to throw some of her own. No reckless foul is going to derail her season. Not this time. Clark is stepping into this season with a body built for battle, a sharper game than ever, and a mentality that says, try me if you dare. If the WNBA thought she was dangerous before, just wait until they see what happens now that she's got the strength to back it up. Caitlin Clark didn't just wake up one day with this intimidating new frame. This was months of relentless effort, sweat, and an unshakable understanding that the only way to silence her doubters was to outwork them. Every early morning lift, every grueling conditioning session, every rep in the weight room was her way of saying, I will not be pushed around anymore. They had the lead in the first quarter, and the Fever secured their first win last night in Los Angeles. That had to be tough for Caitlin, having to stay patient with herself and her team. And let's be honest, patience has never really been Caitlin's strong suit.
They were up in the first quarter. The Fever getting their first win last night in Los Angeles. That's got to be pretty tough, I would think, on Caitlin to just really be patient with herself and with her team. And that's not a virtue of...
She attacked this offseason like a woman on a mission, bulking up with a level of dedication only the truly great possess. Her arms are sculpted, her shoulders broader, her legs built to explode past defenders and absorb contact like it's nothing. And those biceps? They look like they're ready for all the smoke. This isn't just an improvement, it's a full-blown transformation into a basketball machine. And let's get one thing straight, Clark was already lethal. Even with a slower start to the WNBA, a slimmer build, and defenders treating her like a crash test dummy, she still put up historic numbers, shattered records, and proved why she's the most electrifying player to hit the league in years. Now, add strength to the equation that if defenders thought keeping up with her was a nightmare before, they're about to experience pure horror this season. But here's the kicker. Clark isn't doing this alone. She's not just stronger physically, she's stronger in every way. She's got veterans in the locker room who have her back, seasoned pros who see her potential and are making sure she reaches it. The WNBA might have had a few players looking to test her. But guess what? Clark has her own enforcers now. Teammates ready to step in, set the tone, and make sure no one gets away with unnecessary cheap shots. And let's not forget the mastermind behind all of this, her world-class coach, a tactical genius who knows exactly how to weaponize this new version of Caitlin Clark. This isn't just about giving her the green light to take over games. It's about building a system designed around her strengths. With a team that believes in her, an enforcer to watch her back, and a coach ready to unleash her, we're looking at asterisk maximum overdrive on steroids. Remember when Chindy Carter thought she could just shove Caitlin Clark to the floor and act like it was nothing?
Voting last season. Clark, Emmer. 3 Sky players coming over.
Reaction after this controversial foul on Caitlin Clark.
Unnecessary.
Clark's Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago